Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for this time next year, so October of 2025. You have this eye card. It says envy and protection. You have this old man. It says inheritance and mail on it. So some of you could be getting an inheritance for sure if you're waiting for that sort of thing. I'm laughing because you have the tower. Again, the tower is your card, so it's not necessarily bad for Scorpio to get the tower. And you've been getting the tower all year in 2024 with me, so we'll definitely look into that and see what it's talking about. But again, there could be some sort of surprise. It's actually a pretty good reading so far. So, like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. And sorry, this hermit fell out into my lap while I was pulling those cards. So we will take it for sure. I think that and you have that envy and protection card, so it says you are protected from anything, that could be going on. So I wouldn't even worry about the tower showing up here. You have the Eight of Pentacles, the Tower, and the Lovers. The Eight of Pentacles is material success on the horizon, and so it could represent more money coming in for you, as we move through this year, 2024, into 2025. In June, Jupiter will move into Cancer, which is pretty much going to benefit all the water signs. And so, again, even though Jupiter isn't going into your sign, because you're a water sign, you will benefit from the energy a little bit more than everybody else. And again, Jupiter is expansive. It could expand anything in your life. And I do feel that there is expansion coming in for you, especially could be in your finances. We even go down Queen of Pentacles to the Empress, which Empress is total abundance. And all three water signs had the Empress. So it seems to me like a good year for water signs. The other thing I will say is that on October 23rd, 24th of next year, 2025, there is a crap ton of energy going into Scorpio. The sun and the moon will be there, but also two other planets. I think Mercury and Venus, if I'm not, or it might be Mars. I can't remember off the top of my head, but look it up. And what I would say is there's a lot of energy going into your sign really this time next year, even though the moon will have moved on by the 25th, because I'm doing this video on the 25th. So depending on when you're watching it, the moon will have moved on. There's still a lot of good energy there. You have the Tower. I kind of just feel like this is you showing up in the reading. Like I said, whenever you show up as yourself, it puts you in a position of power and strength. I do feel that there are work changes going on for you, between now and this time next year. So there could be, some changes that are happening in your business or your career, but it looks like a good thing. Again, this is a very good reading. It's not, this is not really a challenging reading. This could also be you creating a Tower moment. Like if you're leaving a job, which we have the Six of Swords right here, which can represent moving on or moving forward. This could be one of those things where you're creating a Tower moment for other people. And we're going to clarify, we'll see. You have the Lovers. Yeah, really good love year for water signs, for sure, especially with Jupiter going into Cancer. You have the Knight of Cups, the Empress, the Two of Cups, definitely in the Lovers, obviously. So it could be a very strong connection coming in for you. It could be a Capricorn with the Queen of Pentacles here, or, you have Capricorn here with the Devil. Could be a Virgo, Taurus, Earth. Kind of stands out to me in this reading. You have a little bit of water as well. It could be like an earth sign with water in their chart or something like that. That's coming in for you if you are looking for love. But let's see. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Star. Amazing. The Star comes up after the Tower, and that's exactly what we want. So the Star can represent healing or correcting Tower moments. If you have been having Tower moments, you could be correcting those things, any of the issues that you had in 2024, and by this time next year. And the Star also says, is a great card for kind of resting, relaxing, recovering. It's a card of hope, faith, and renewal. You also have the Empress. The Empress is a card of self-care, so it might just be a great time this time next year to really take care of yourself, to do nice things for yourself, to rest, relax, recover, heal, all those other things. With the Tower, you have the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is not seeing eye to eye. The Two of Swords is my card of like mediation or negotiation. Usually the Two of Swords is two sides that are trying to come to an agreement. Sometimes I feel like there just is no agreement with the Two of Swords. She has that third place, that island that is popping up behind her. And so sometimes if we can't come to an agreement in a situation, the only answer is to move on. And so I feel for some of you that between now and this time next year, you could definitely be coming to an agreement, or you could be moving on from something where there is no agreement. Kind of the funny thing is that I'm getting here as well, Scorpio, and I think this is important with tarot and astrology is you can get ahead of the energy. Like, let's say you have a job right now, and let's say your boss is not agreeing to give you a raise or promotion. This would say to me, like, start looking for something now. You don't have to wait till October of next year to make this change. That's why I do these readings early, right? Because you can make this change right now. Right now, it is telling me that there is no agreement between two sides, especially with that tower. So again, if this is like work or business related or something else, it's like you could get ahead of the energy and make the change now so you don't have to wait. With the lovers, you have the Ten of Wands. I think you've been on a long journey in love, as all water signs have. I feel like you are used to carrying the burdens of the people that you end up in connections with. And I would say the good news is that I feel that you are putting this burden down. The Ten of Wands to me is actually a good card. To me, it says that you're getting to the end of a long journey and you are about to release the heavy burdens. He's about to reach the home in the background. So I do feel like there are positive changes happening in your love life. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you this time next year, you have this Coyote spirit says trust in divine detours. Yes, again, the Two of Swords and the Tower could be like a spiritual flat tire. It could be a divine detour, something like that. You have this Lizard spirit says dream the world into being. And it seems to me like it could be an amazing time for manifestation this time next year, or actually between now and, really for the next several years, I should say, is really good for manifesting things. And so anything, if you can dream it, you can have it. You just have to dream it up and take action, and then you will make things happen. You have the Six of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups. Six of Swords is about moving on to calmer shores, heading towards improvement. So definitely a much more improved time for you. I feel like emotionally you feel better to me this time next year. And again, I always like to remind people, again, this doesn't mean, it's not like a light switch. It doesn't mean that you have to wait until October of next year for this change to happen. I think it's more of a gradual process, but I think slowly but surely between now and then that your emotional state is getting to a much better place. I just feel emotion here. I don't feel like anything else. Anything. That was it. You have the Queen of Pentacles. Again, I think a lot of you are probably focusing on abundance with Jupiter going into Cancer in June, like at the end of June, basically. So again, a lot of you could be really focused on increasing your abundance or, discovering ways to improve your abundance or your resources. And it looks like you're doing it. Again, you have this card, you have the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Empress. So money could just be in a better place. And you are probably discovering new ways to improve your finances, which I feel is definitely going to be a good thing for you with the Queen of Pentacles. You have the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups could definitely be a knight in shining armor. Someone who sweeps you off your feet. So if you want love, I feel like it could be love. This could be a very dreamy person. I kind of feel that is your first initial impression of this person. Like, let's say you meet this person on a dating app, or what was this other card? You have the Four of Wands. So apparently you could marry this person, but I kind of feel like you could meet this person. This is like a person you're meeting. It's different than, just, I don't know, it just feels different how you meet this person. Let's say you've met all your past exes on Tinder. It's like, I feel like you meet this person in public, but it could be the other way around. It's like if you've met all your past exes in public, you could meet this person on Tinder or whatever. It feels different. But I also feel like you're not sure. It's like, I think you're asking at first, is this person too good to be true? But again, I would let them show you that they are not. I think we need to trust the evidence with dating. And again, if they have the evidence that what they say is true, then obviously it's true. If it's not, though, you also need to trust that and walk away, right? With the Six of Swords, you have the Eight of Wands. Yeah, quick success, like quick improvements. I think things are improving quickly. I always say that the Eight of Wands is my card of creating a slip and slide in life. We have to remove challenges, or we have to remove things that are causing problems quickly, and we need to remove as much friction as we can with the Eight of Wands. And if we do that, then things will start happening faster in our lives. So I feel for a lot of you, this is just saying that you are removing friction in your life, which is great. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is juggling and being very busy. Ten of Wands, right? So again, a lot of you might be very busy this time next year. And the Two of Pentacles would encourage you to find the balance to, have something you want. It's like, yeah, you might be very busy. You might be almost too busy to have love. But the Two of Pentacles would kind of say that it would be worth it to carve out a little bit of time or to balance the energy so that you can have love. This doesn't even have to be love, though, because the Two of Cups can be you and your higher self. And the Two of Cups can represent communication from your higher self. So it could be saying that you need to carve out time for something that your higher self is encouraging. It could be self-care with the Empress. It could be going in and enjoying yourself, doing something you want. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Three of Wands. Yeah, this person has big dreams. Again, definitely a dreamer that you're attracting. I think the only problem with a dreamer is a person who comes up with dreams that they don't actually work towards. They just dream and dream and dream, and they get stuck in that dreamy energy, right? The Three of Wands is very expansive. So, my thing with the Three of Wands is that he's standing at the top of that hill. He's looking at the boats that are on the ocean. And, he needs to get onto one of those boats. He needs to go on the adventure. So the only issue I see with you and another person that you could be attracting this year, between now and this time next year, is that, they just look at their dreams. They don't actually take action on the things that they're doing. And that can drive a person crazy. So, definitely something to look out for. I don't really see this as being an issue. And we'll see what else comes up. But again, there is one thing, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There is nothing here that is saying this person takes action on what they say yet, but that could change. So let's see. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Barrier card and this Inspire card. So again, Pluto will be in Aquarius this time next year. It's actually moving in November 19th of 2024. And it's all about inspiration with Pluto in Aquarius. We have to follow our inspirations. We also have to become an inspiration as well. So anything you can do to inspire others would be a great idea. This could say that you are attracting a person where maybe they are a dreamer, but maybe you are the person who kind of like inspires them to action. So again, we'll have to see what else comes up, but that's kind of popping into my head. You have the Two of Cups, the Four of Wands, the Hermit, and the Empress. The Two of Cups is a person who is usually different than your usual type. So you could be attracting like a person that you wouldn't normally go for, or there could just be some sort of difference. Maybe they come from a different world or a different country or something like that. But Two of Cups is a perfect match. So there could be a really solid match coming in for you with the Two of Cups. I also feel that I get a lot of happiness here though. So again, I feel that if you are attracting a person, a lot of happiness. On top of all that, I think all of you, even if you're not looking for love, need to create time to listen to your higher self. Again, even the Empress is about self-care, but she puts herself in self-care mode so that she can listen to her higher self. And your higher self is clearly trying to deliver messages to you. Next, you have the Four of Wands and the Hermit. So again, some of you could be attracting a person that you will marry. The Hermit, with the Four of Wands, though, is about setting yourself free. The Four of Wands is a finish line card. It is a card that comes up when we need to complete one thing and move on to the next stage of something. So it might be a good time for a lot of you to, wrap projects up, or, you could be completing things in your life and setting yourself free. What you're setting yourself free from is Hermit mode. The Hermit has a star in his lantern. The star represents inspiration. You have this card that says inspire. You can't inspire people from the top of the mountain. So I think that it is, the most spiritual thing we can do during Pluto and Aquarius is become an inspiration. We don't have to show anyone how to do we don't have to tell people how to do things. We just have to live our best life, and then we are inspiring people. And I feel like this is encouraging you to do the hard thing, to do something that might be hard but could inspire other people. It will come back to you tenfold if you do that. You have the Empress, again, very attractive at this time. Again, really good energy. I really feel this is Jupiter in Cancer for the water signs. I think the water signs could be glowing a little bit more in 2025, especially in June. Like once we get to, I think it's June 25th that Jupiter moves into Cancer. I meant not Gemini. It moves out of Gemini. And I think the water signs will kind of like start glowing at that time. The water signs could be getting more attention at that time. So if you want love, definitely a good year to put yourself out there because it says you're very attractive at this time here, Scorpio. The Empress is also about abundance. And I think it's time for water signs to make money. I think water signs have had a very difficult financial story for many years, and it's time for water signs to not live that way anymore. And so I think, that a lot of you could be doing things to improve your finances or your abundance, and I would definitely encourage that. You can't make this up. With the Two of Cups, you have the World. So this person is definitely from somewhere else, is what I would say. This doesn't have to be a long distance relationship. You could just be attracting a person who's like from another country or comes from a different background or something like that. The World is definitely an accomplishment. It could also be a Capricorn. We have 2 Capricorn cards here, actually 3, with the Queen of Pentacles. So the World is Capricorn, Queen of Pentacles, and the Devil are all Capricorn. So a lot of you could be a person with Capricorn in their chart, or it could be a Capricorn that you're attracting. With the Four of Wands and the Hermit, you have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is about, like I said, or maybe I didn't say this to you, but I think that another really good thing that water signs could do this year is just push yourself just that tiny little bit past the point where you would normally give up on something. So if you're working on a business or career or anything else, the Knight of Wands, if something doesn't work, he builds a solution. I look at him as the true builder in the tarot. So with the Four of Wands, it would say it's time for you to commit to a new life or to creating a new world, even with the World card. And I feel that something you could do with this energy is, again, not give up on what you're working on and push yourself just that little bit further on something that you're trying to create. I think it'll make all the difference in the world. With the Empress, you have the Hierophant, so this could be marriage again. So some of you could be meeting a person that you're going to marry. The Hierophant is also a card of blessings. He is normally blessing the 2 people in front of him on the card. So a lot of you could be receiving blessings. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Observer card and this Mending card. We see a lot of healing going on here with the Star and the Empress mostly. So a lot of you could be it seems to me like between now, 2024, and 2025, you're doing a lot of healing, or you are kind of doing something to heal yourself, which is great. I think you are more in observation mode as well. The Knight of Wands is very reactive, right? The Knight of Wands can be a reactive energy. And what's popping into my head with this card is like you're getting to this place where you're less reactive and you're more just observing things and you're paying attention to the evidence, which I said on the Knight of Cups. But this is beyond people. Like I think all situations in your life, you're being more observant and you're paying attention more to what's going on and what's actually happening, not what people are saying is happening. And I feel this is going to be like a little bit of a superpower for you next year is, between now and next year. I think that paying attention to what people are saying is going to be very beneficial. So, do it. You have the Devil, the Two of Swords, and the Three of Cups. The Devil can normally represent toxic energy, but it's showing up in the good stuff. I kind of do feel like you are removing something toxic from your life. I actually feel like you're doing it right now, like in 2024. So, a lot of you could be removing toxic connections, toxic people, and it's showing up in the good stuff. So obviously this will be a good thing. You have the Two of Swords. We were talking about the Two of Swords and how it can represent negotiation or coming to an agreement. Showing up in the good stuff, I think this is saying that you are going to be thankful that you moved on from something where there was no agreement. Sometimes we're dealing with something like in work or business or with a boss trying to get a raise or a promotion, and they're just not being flexible. And I feel that in the future, you're going to be grateful that you decided to Six of Swords, that you decided to cross the choppy waters that are behind her on the Two of Swords, and you chose to move to a new place. So I do see like work change or, a business change happening for some of you, especially if what you're dealing with isn't flexible. You have the Three of Cups. Three of Cups is like a celebration, happiness, a reunion. A lot of you could just be experiencing a better social life this time next year, and more support from the people around you. So again, I think that is probably a good thing, not a bad thing. I think Scorpios have had a little bit of trouble with the people around them, and you could be healing that or correcting it. With the Devil, you have the Five of Cups. Again, the Five of Cups in the good stuff would say that you are grateful, that you were grateful for the Two Cups that exist behind you. So the Five of Cups in the good stuff kind of tells me that you're discovering something better in your life, or you're getting something that was better than what you thought you had. With the Two of Swords, you have the Lovers. Yes, definitely love coming in for you. I don't want to be like clickbaity here, but I do feel this is love that changes your life, because Two of Swords says that you are thinking that your life is going to be this or that, but there's that third place behind her. So I feel that some of you could be attracting a person who really does, who you're really grateful for, so a person who kind of brings your life in a new direction, or maybe you do things with this person you never thought you would do, as far as like experiences, or, maybe you end up moving with the World card or something like that. And so it's definitely popping into my head, but it's good. With the Three of Cups, you have the Chariot. Yes, definitely some big victories coming in for you. The Chariot is about setting yourself apart. And so a lot of you could be setting yourself apart or just moving, like I said a second ago, and I feel that would be good for you. You have the Skull card. It says hidden secrets can harm you. I would be careful of people who are secretive. It's like, I'm sure you've all met a person who just has a bunch of secrets. And again, I think this is a warning against people who are secretive. You have this Fair Woman card. It says dealings or relationships with a woman with blonde, gray, or white hair. You have this Chair empty. It says someone is leaving your life. It could be this person. I'm going to pull this card. I noticed this card as well, which says mice. It says discord among family or friends. So we just talked about this. I think you've had issues with people in your life, and you could definitely be cutting someone out, which would probably be a good thing. You have this arrow. It says you're on the right path. You're on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. Yeah, keep going. Keep pushing forward. You have a lot of cards of direction. The star, that big star, aiming towards the star. It's about having a North Star. The Eight of Wands, aiming in a direction. The Chariot, aiming in a direction. So you have a lot of these cards that say you're going in the right direction. You have this Cane card that says pay attention to your health. Yes, I would definitely, Empress, practice self-care, do nice things for yourself, take care of yourself. You have this Goldfish. It says increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. So definitely, we see a lot of abundance here. You could be increasing your abundance. But this looks really good, Scorpio. I like it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.